Nitin Patel from Sadbhav Engineering is with us to talk about their business plans. Nitin, hi, good morning. Tell us about the guidance that you've put out of 3,800 crore rupees, and post 9 months that leads to an asking rate of 1,300 crore rupees in the fourth quarter. Is Q4 then the strongest quarter for you, and do you expect better execution already?
See, if you see on an average during the last several years, Q4 generally generates the largest contribution in terms of the top line. And the way the new projects has been started at the far end of the Q3 and as well as the beginning of the Q4, almost around 3,800 crores of the new jobs has been started for execution. So this will add further basically for the top line. So all the projects are basically running well. And before that, basically, we expect that by the end of the year, we will be able to mitigate their targets.
Can you tell us a little bit about the execution environment? Do you expect rates and the elections around execution? Can that be in full swing in Q4 and Q1?
See, absolutely, in normal case, when the contracts has been started and the site has been established well, actually we don't see any other challenges even though the election period is coming ahead. And apart from that, the availability of the resources like all this basically steel, cement as well as the crush aggregates and other basically construction related materials is very smoothly available. So we don't see this challenge, and apart from that the basic resources, the labor and everything, so that has also been lined up, and normally when the project got started, so things are well within the track, so that is not the challenge. Even in all the years of election we have not seen this kind of any adverse effect in terms of the top line effect.
Your order book to sales ratio is at about 3.5 times of your revenues. How will this translate into better revenues? Do you expect better or larger execution in the coming quarter?
See, obviously, if you see the out of the total order book, almost closer to 3,800 crores of the business which has not yet started the execution. So 4 hybrid annuity projects which are going to be operational basically from the Q1 of the FY20. So this will basically give the further uptake in terms of the execution for the coming quarters actually. So as I have mentioned that the 4 of the projects we have already started at the end of the Q3 and the beginning of the Q4, and another 4 which are going to be started in the beginning of the Q1. So this will definitely give the further lead in terms of the top line.
Okay. Your working capital and recoveries have helped your debt decline in the third quarter. Do you expect further debt reduction in the coming quarters as well? And if so, how is it that you plan to achieve that?
See, absolutely, two things basically. The projects which we have started recently, these all are the EPC projects, so there is no additional basically significant working capital will be required, number one, and there is no dependency on the lending institution basically to get the payment, unlike in the hybrid annuity case. So the payment is going to come from the government, and we have seen that it is smooth and we are getting the payment in the right time. And second thing, basically the way the projects that we have started as of now, the ground situation, availability of the land and everything is also very smooth. So that will basically give us get the more and more execution. So the whatever margins we will earn out of this execution, that will also be utilized. And the third thing, we are yet to get almost around 600 crore plus of the fresh mobilization advances out of the balance projects which we are going to start. So this will definitely add further basically availability of the funds, and that will definitely help us to basically reduce the debt for coming quarters.
All right. Now, the appointment date is a key reason for your weak execution. Do you expect that to continue to impact your results?
So no, actually only the 2 of the hybrid annuity projects where because of the certain land issues and certain change in scope, because very significant in terms of the size of the project. So finally, out of the two, we have already received the de-scoping of certain basically area, and that project is well within the frame. And the another project we are expecting by the end of March, we will get the approval from NHAI for all the clearances. So that will basically sort out all the issues in terms of the two projects where the basically the execution was little bit behind because of the certain ground situations.
All right. And overall, can you give us a sense of the competition in the ordering activity? Do you think that there's going to be more aggressive order inflow? Is that going to hurt your margins?
See, the recent bidding, what we have seen the trends, almost 25 bids has been accepted by NHAI, and out of this we have seen in hybrid annuity hardly 3 or 4 players have submitted the bids. And in the EPC, but we are seeing that the obviously between 4 to 6 players, 7 players are there. But largely we have seen the new entrant, the basically who were basically coming to NHAI for bidding for the first time, or the basically they are the new entrant. They were little bit aggressive, and almost the large number of bids has gone to those players, particularly in the EPC segment. So we are of the view that the way the new terms and conditions of the EPC agreement which is there, that requires basically more cautious approach so far as bidding is concerned, and that what we are considering as of now. So that is the way the coming period of time will tell how the basically things has converted into the real numbers.
Okay, good to have you on the show, and we'll chat again once there are further developments in the due course of the quarter. That's the view coming in from Sadbhav Engineering. Ambitious plans for the company going forward, and extremely bullish an outlook as well. Let's